Hey there, my blue jumpsuit wearing apocalyptic survivors. Today we're diving deep into the radioactive ruins of a game that redefined the RPG landscape. Yes, it's the one and only Fallout. Imagine a world where your biggest concerns aren't homework or what to binge next on Netflix, but rather how to avoid being dinner for a mutant or negotiating with a trigger-happy raider. And while you're stocking up your survival kits, here's something to chew on. Buried in the code of this dystopian classic is a secret so well hidden, it took gamers years to unearth it. So, stay tuned to find out what the secret is as we uncover the layers of Fallout's gritty charm.
Holy shit, you're an actual vault dweller.
I am. I thought all you dipshits were dead.
Now, way back before the world of Fallout became a cultural phenomenon, it started as a mere spark in the creative minds at Interplay Productions. Originally titled Vault 13, the game underwent a significant transformation to become the Fallout we know today. This shift was driven by a legal kerfuffle with Steve Jackson Games over the similarities to their tabletop game, GURPS. Due to these issues, the Fallout team decided to develop an entirely new system, which birthed the now famous Special System, standing for Strength, Perception, Endurance, Charisma, Intelligence, Agility, and Luck. But more on that later. The brains behind this radical shift included Tim Kaine, Leonard Boyarsky, and Jason Anderson, pioneers who wanted to craft a game that merged a bleak, post-apocalyptic setting with a rich, narrative-driven experience. Their vision was clear: create a world where choices mattered and survival was a daily challenge. The development was anything but smooth, but the team faced budget constraints and a tight schedule, which forced them to make significant cuts to the original content. For example, entire locations and deeper character arcs were slashed from the final release, leaving fans to wonder about what could have been scenarios. The use of the Special System was a groundbreaking approach. It allowed players a level of character customization that was unparalleled at the time, influencing player capabilities and interactions within the game world deeply. The decision to create a new system stemmed not only from the legal issue, but also from a desire to push the boundaries of what an RPG could be. This innovative spirit is perhaps why Fallout remains a beloved title in the gaming community, influencing countless other games in its wake. Amidst these creative surges, there were inevitable tensions and controversies, notably about the game's direction and tone. The team debated heavily over the inclusion of dark humor and how it would blend with the game's otherwise grim setting. This creative friction shaped Fallout into a unique blend of grim dystopian peppered with peculiar, often bizarre humor, setting a tone for what would become the series' staple. But in the desolate landscapes of Fallout, the story isn't just about surviving the nuclear wasteland. It's about shaping the future. The game places you in the boots of a vault dweller, tasked with the seemingly simple mission to find a replacement part for your underground bunker's water recycling machinery. But as players quickly learn, the surface world is anything but straightforward. Fallout introduces a cast of characters that are as diverse as the radioactive creatures roaming the wasteland. Each NPC the Vault Dweller encounters offers unique insights into the world's lore, presenting players with moral dilemmas and choices that have real consequences. This narrative depth transforms the gameplay into a series of complex, ethical puzzles where decisions impact not just the immediate situation, but the broader world dynamics. Key characters like Ian, a former guard of the merchant town Junktown, or Tandy, a spirited young woman from Shady Sands, become not just companions but pivotal figures whose fates hinge on the player's choices. Their stories provide a personal touch to the overarching quest, adding layers of emotional engagement to the strategic gameplay. The narrative complexity is further enriched by the game's dialogue system. Depending on the player's stats and choices, different paths and outcomes become available. This system was revolutionary at the time, offering a level of depth that allowed the story to branch in genuinely organic ways. Players might find themselves negotiating with a gang leader one moment and leading a town's defense the next, all based on how they interact with the world around them. The central theme of Fallout is the idea that war never changes. Yet, through gameplay, it's clear the player's actions can change everything. This juxtaposition creates a compelling narrative drive, as players are constantly reminded that in a world destroyed by war, their choices can either perpetuate cycles of violence or foster new hope. But this game didn't just tell a compelling story, it revolutionized role-playing mechanics, inviting players to survive and thrive in a nuclear wasteland with a robust and tactical approach. At the heart of its gameplay, as I mentioned earlier, is the special system. Each attribute directly impacts various skills and interactions within the game, from combat effectiveness to conversational prowess. Combat in Fallout is turn-based, a nod to its tabletop RPG roots, requiring strategic thinking rather than reflexive shooting. Players allocate action points in battles to move, attack, or use items, making each skirmish a mini chess game against mutated creatures and hostile humans. This system was a departure from the real-time action seen in many other games of the era, emphasizing thoughtful engagement over quick reflexes. The game also introduced a revolutionary level of consequences for player decisions. Through its quest system, Fallout allowed multiple solutions to problems. You could negotiate your way out of conflict, sneak past enemies, or go in guns blazing. Depending on your character's build and your personal playstyle, this non-linear approach not only added replayability, but also gave players a real sense of agency in shaping their journey through the game's narrative. The Pip-Boy, a wrist-mounted computer used by the protagonist, serves as a game's interface where the players manage inventory, skills, and quests. Its retro-futuristic design became an iconic symbol of the Fallout series, embodying the game's unique blend of post-apocalyptic survival and dark humor. Oh, and speaking of survival, if you're surviving the wasteland of not knowing when new videos drop, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It's easier than dodging rad scorpions, and you won't need a Geiger counter to do it. So when Fallout debuted in 1997, it wasn't just another video game hitting the shelves. It was a groundbreaking venture into the post-apocalyptic genre that would set benchmarks for future RPGs. Although it launched without the massive marketing budget of its contemporaries, Fallout achieved impressive sales figures, reflecting the burgeoning demand for complex and morally engaging gaming experiences. It sold over 600,000 copies in its initial years, a significant feat for a game from a then small publisher like Interplay Productions. The cultural impact of Fallout extends far beyond its initial sales, though, embedding itself into the fabric of gaming culture. Its influence can be seen in numerous subsequent video games that embrace complex narratives, open-world exploration, and morally challenging decisions. The game's aesthetic, a blend of 1950s American culture with a dystopian future, became iconic, influencing not only games, but also movies and television series like the newly released show on Amazon Prime. Fallout also fostered a dedicated fanbase that thrived on its rich lore and expansive universe. These fans have celebrated the game through various forms of media and fan creations, from cosplaying characters like the Vault Dweller and Dogmeat to crafting real-world replicas of in-game items. Conventions and online forums buzzed with discussions about the game's lore, characters, and potential futures. Now delving into the digital depths of Fallout, players have unearthed a treasure trove of hidden details and secrets that add layers of intrigue to the already complex world. For instance, one of the game's best-kept secrets involves a special encounter with a certain TARDIS, the famous time machine from the British TV series Doctor Who. This quirky Easter egg not only delights fans of the show, but also showcases the developers' love for pop culture and their willingness to incorporate such nods in unexpected ways. Another hidden gem is the Alien Blaster, a powerful weapon only in a random, special encounter with an alien ship. This not only ties into the game's retro sci-fi theme, but also provides players with a unique and powerful tool for their adventures, a nod to classic alien invasion lore. But it's not just pop culture references. Fallout is also known for its self-referential humor. For example, players can stumble upon a character who claims to be looking for a water chip, mirroring the main quest of the Vault Dweller, but with a humorous twist. These moments of levity provide a stark contrast to the otherwise grim setting, making the exploration of the wasteland not just a survival challenge, but also a discovery journey filled with surprises. And there you have it, my fellow Vault Dwellers. Your essential guide to surviving the depths of Fallout, both in-game and in gaming history. Whether you're negotiating with raiders or cracking open another Nuka-Cola, remember, the real treasure isn't just surviving the wasteland, but the friends and enemies we made along the way. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that bell, unless, of course, you're too busy dodging death claws or searching for that elusive water chip. Until next time, keep your Pip Boys tuned and your rat-away ready. If you enjoyed exploring the history of Fallout, click this video here to see more from the Retro Reload. And as always, thank you for watching.